Hello guys, this is Parveen Sukhija from Tarat Kotkapura, and today we are going to talk about one of the most important but one of the most ignored document when it comes to your study visa application. The most important document which needs to be attached to your file is statement of purpose. Yes, today we are going to talk about statement of purpose, which is also known as letter of intent, letter of explanation, cover letter, or maybe study plan. So, जिन ये जो वर्ड्स मैंने अभी बोले हैं स्टडी प्लान कवर लेटर ये सब ऑल्टरनेटिवली यूज करते हैं. सो आज हम इसके बारे में बात करते हैं. तो सबसे इम्पॉर्टेंट जो चीज़ है SOP के बारे में, स्टेटमेंट ऑफ पर्पस के बारे में, इट नीड्स टू बी ट्रूथफुल. सच्चाई से भरी होनी चाहिए. इट नीड्स टू बी रियलिस्टिक एंड इट नीड्स टू बी ओरिजिनल. यस, व्हेन आई सेड इट नीड्स टू बी ओरिजिनल मतलब ये कॉपी पेस्टेड नहीं होनी चाहिए. जनरली मैंने जब ये कहा कि वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट बट वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इग्नोर्ड डॉक्यूमेंट, बिकॉज it has been seen that most of the students they rely on their agents or consultants that and they believe that they will write it themselves. इसको मेरा एजेंट खुद लिखेगा. But this is the biggest mistake you do guys. सबसे बड़ी गलती है ये. क्यों? क्योंकि अगर आपका सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट डॉक्यूमेंट आप किसी और को लिखने के लिए बोल रहे हो तो फिर आप एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हो कि इट मे बी डिजास्टर्स ऑल्सो. और ऐसा हुआ है. कल मेरे साथ ऐसा हुआ. वन ऑफ माई फ्रेंड दे अप्रोच्ड मी एंड ही सेड कि माई सन्स वीजा हैज बीन रिफ्यूज्ड. एंड आई सेड व्हाट वाज द प्रोफाइल ऑफ योर सन. ही सेड my son has got 8.5 bands in IELTS. He was a gold medalist. He just completed his bachelor's in 2021 and still his visa was refused. I said, just share his SOP if you have that. They said, we don't have that SOP. ये उसकी SOP तो हमारे कंसल्टेंट ने लिखी थी. तो जब उसने ये बात कही तो मेरे दिमाग में आ गया कि बस हो गया काम. तो जैसे ही उसने SOP मेरे साथ शेयर की तो आई वाज स्टन्ड. मैं उस SOP को पढ़ के हैरान रह गया कि ये SOP के साथ अगर आप वीजा फाइल करोगे राइट तो फिर रिजेक्शन ही तो आएगी. Irrespective of whatever was your profile, it was the best of the profile. I mean, you can't even expect कि इससे better profile हो सकता है, but just because of poorly written SOP, it was rejected. So the motive of this video is that कि just to make you aware कि अगर आपके साथ भी ऐसा हुआ है या फिर अगर आप अपनी कुछ आने वाले टाइम पे आने वाले दिनों में अपनी फाइल लॉन्च करने जा रहे हो, अपनी SOP को मतलब ये वीडियो देख के आपको समझ में आ जाएगा कि SOP का कितना इंपॉर्टेंस है, कितना महत्व है. जो सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट कुछ वर्ड्स जो अक्सर आपने सुने होंगे, हम इस वीडियो में उन्हीं वर्ड्स पे बात करेंगे. जैसे आपने सुना होगा कि बोनाफाइड स्टूडेंट. व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय अ बोनाफाइड स्टूडेंट? एज an international student, you are actually applying for a temporary resident visa. जब आप एक temporary resident visa के लिए अप्लाई कर रहे हो, you are applying for a study permit and study permit is a temporary thing. When I say temporary मतलब आपको ये दिखाना है कि मैं इस पढ़ाई के बाद I have an intention to return back. मैं वापस आऊंगा पढ़ के. ज़्यादातर वैसे बच्चे वापस नहीं आते हैं बिकॉज दोज कंट्रीज ऑफर पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट वर्क परमिट एंड इवन देन दे ऑफर परमानेंट रेजिडेंसी. बट still you have to show your intention to return back. And when it comes to a bona fide student, you need to show the study progression, that how your studies or how your future is, related with your past. How can you talk about your previous employment? How can you talk about your previous studies? That is the perfect place. कनाडा में जैसे आपने सुना है, ऑस्ट्रेलिया में तो you know that interviews होती हैं universities or maybe sometime high commission. But Canada में the only way you can interact with a visa officer is through SOP. And if you are not able to convince your visa officer by writing a strong statement that you are the candidate which they are looking to give visas, and the only way to do is through SOP, right? And when I talked about previous employment, if you have worked in the past, बहुत लोग ऐसा सोचते हैं कि हमने 10 साल 5 साल से मैं काम कर रहा हूं, तो क्या ये मेरा ये जो है, it is like, is it a gap? I said no, this is not a gap. Yesterday we got a visa approval for a candidate who was working for almost 10 years. तो 10 साल के स्टडी गैप के बावजूद वीजा मिलता है, स्टडी वीजा आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट. So you don't have to worry, you just have to justify that this study which I am planning to take will actually help me in my life. It will help me to grow in my future jobs. It will help me to improve my financial aspects, because everyone wants to grow. And you know that if you get some international qualification, international edge, whatever college or university you are going to study, you need to tell the visa officer that this study is actually going to do the value addition for me, right? So this is about the bona fide student. The second point which I want to make sure is the clear career path. This is one of the part, I've seen many of the CAPE notes or GCMS notes we have seen. They always write they've not shown your clear career path. मतलब बच्चे को ये पता ही नहीं है कि मैं ये कोर्स क्यों कर रहा हूं, मैं इस कोर्स करके मैं क्या करूंगा, what is the benefit, I mean what is the future scope. इस कोर्स को करके मुझे मतलब बैक होम जॉब प्रोस्पेक्ट्स क्या है, कितना फायदा होगा मुझे मेरी करंट जॉब में या फिर जो मैं अपनी जॉब लेना चाहता हूं फ्यूचर में. तो यू नीड टू एक्सप्लेन दैट इन डिटेल, राइट? देन another very important aspect is you need to convince your visa officer in your letter that you have good financial backgrounds. Your parents or your family or whosoever is supporting you, they are financially sound. They are able to pay your second year fee or the remaining course if you're going for a graduation, which is actually of 4 years, or you are going to study masters or any program. Whatever the program you are taking, you need to show the ability that ये जो मैं आपकी कंट्री में आ रहा हूँ, मैं आपकी कंट्री पे बोझ नहीं बनने वाला हूँ कि अगर मुझे जॉब नहीं मिली तो how will I be paying? So this is a place where you need to show that you are sound. I know you add all the documents related to your financial capabilities, but you need to add a solid paragraph about your family background and financial capabilities, which needs to be explained. Then talk about the level of establishment, another very talked about point. When we talk about level of establishment, you need to show that how established you are here in your home country, your social connections, your connections with your family. You have relations with which will actually motivate you to come back. यहाँ पे पीछे आपके बिजनेस है, यहाँ पे पीछे आपके फैमिली है, यहाँ पे पीछे आपके लोग हैं जिनके साथ आप जुड़े हुए हो, तो वो सब चीजें आपको बतानी है. इफ यू हैव बीन डूइंग और अ पार्ट ऑफ सम ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, यू हैव टू टॉक अबाउट दैट I am going to come back, because the only thing which visa officer interested to know that क्या ये बच्चा पढ़ाई के बाद वापस आएगा. Because I have seen, if you see 100 refusal letters from Canada, every refusal letter will say that you will not come back after you're completing your studies. You know, English बहुत बच्चों की जैसे आजकल it's been observed, it's always been observed that English plays a very important part of your visa, if you say, approval. Because if your English communication skills, whatever test you have taken, if you've taken IELTS or TOEFL or PTE or whatever English test you have taken, you need to show that you have good skills. Because they don't want to only see that you're good at reading or writing, because they want to see your overall skill. And the general expectation is that, for an SDS case, they need 6 each. So I'm sure we always suggest students to apply with 6 each. Don't apply with 5.5 in one module. If you apply with 5.5 in one module, you actually need to justify it. I personally never recommend students to go with 5.5 in one module. Earlier, when when there were not much rush, but आजकल तो इतना रश है, इतना बैकलॉग है, लाखों फाइल्स पेंडिंग पड़ी हैं, तो it becomes so easy for visa officers to say no, that you won't come back, or you won't be able to cope up with the study pressure, because the study pressure will be too much, because you're going to study in an English environment. तो आपका तो IELTS में 5.5 है एक मॉड्यूल में, तो फिर आप नहीं कर पाओगे. So that is very important. And last thing which I want to complete here before this I end this video, I'm sure you have heard about this, plagiarism. Many students, what they do, they find it so SOP लिखनी है तो अपने किसी फ्रेंड को फोन करते हैं और कॉपी और पेस्ट करते हैं. And usually agents also do the same. That is why it was observed in 2021 that Canadian High Commission refused visa. It was the bulk refusals. बहुत बच्चों के visas refuse किए, और the reason they given, I attended one webinar and they clearly said the reason is that the SOP was copy pasted. So plagiarism, अगर आप कुछ भी कॉपी पेस्ट करोगे तो पकड़े जाओगे. Never ever copy or be original. अपना दिल खोल के लिखो. Write. एक SOP लिखने में कम से कम 1 हफ्ता लगता है. Don't rely on others. I personally suggest to you, और मैं उन सब अपने एजेंट्स और ब्रदर्स हैं मेरे जो सेम बिजनेस में, उनको भी सजेस्ट करूंगा कि who am I to suggest? Just रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि मोटिवेट करते हम अपने बच्चों को कि SOP बच्चे खुद लिखें. अगर खुद लिखेंगे तो बच्चों के रिफ्यूजल्स कम होंगे. Yes, we can always help them to make it better, but we should never write SOPs. So with this, I'm sure you have got a lot of ideas how to write SOPs. If you want some more, you can come to my blog. You can always visit my YouTube page, and I keep on adding a lot of content, value addition content. It will surely help you, and see you later then. Bye.